I'm across from Parque Plaza Kennedy, San Pedro, Montes de Oca, and I'm gonna head in this direction. So I'm still not feeling very good. So just a walk around basically my neighborhood, but a place I haven't been before, because I don't think I have the energy to go on an epic trip today, and I still am afraid of contaging people. Well, it looks like this is what I'm heading down into, and as is often the case, this looked a lot different in my mind. Remember, there's no Google Street View here. I thought this would be like an upscale, like urban neighborhood full of like trendy businesses, which I think in places it is, but here this looks just like a residential neighborhood. And this area is called Barrio Roosevelt. I don't know which of the Roosevelts it's named after. I'd assume Franklin, but maybe not. Anyway, I'm going to continue this way, and I might turn around if it just is more like this. And here we've reached the Circunnavigación, which is kind of the border of this neighborhood. I'm going to continue here for a block or two, but there doesn't seem to be a lot here, so I'm just going to turn around. This is one of the many small streams that can become big streams that wends its way through San Jose. And there's a couple of things here, notice here. One is, as I've said lots of times, not really a lot of access or, ability to use this, natural place. It's just kind of here. And if you look across the street, it's actually buried for a block or two from what I can tell on my map. And you can see underneath there, it's going through a culvert. And then the other thing to notice, because actually my friend Couscous was asking me, like, what is the difference here? When I said sometimes it feels undeveloped, and look how sharp this drop off is here. And of course, yeah, people can manage this. Isn't the end of the world, but just in the US, this would be a lawsuit waiting to happen to have, something that steep unmarked. So there's a lot of little stuff like that just makes it rougher. And of course, that's not the end of the world. And maybe in the US, we're a little bit too handheld. But I did just want to point that out, that this is something that feels different. And in general about that, we were looking at the Circunnavigación, and then we were looking at this. A lot of times things that would be connecting people, that I would think would be connecting people, like streets, they would want to make that a connecting point. It's very hard to cross that Circunnavigación, and this creek kind of just cuts the neighborhood in two. So a lot of things that I'm used to thinking of as connectors are dividers here, if that makes sense. Well, this feels almost pastoral. So, excuse me, I'm gonna get a little bit weird here. There's a concept, some people believe in it literally, I don't, but I do believe in it metaphorically, of ley lines. Basically lines that connect places of energy together, whatever that means. And in a lot of communities, it's just really obvious when you have kind of a connection between things. And one thing about, since I've been here, I'll walk around a neighborhood and I'll try to figure out where is the energy or the intention or the connection of this community. How do these things relate together? And we're walking through, looks to be a nice middle-class neighborhood. And then up ahead, you can see this big old black boxy building. And so that's one thing here, is that the connection between the most urbanized areas, the residential areas, and the natural areas, to me, it's just very difficult to find what that connection is. And I almost feel like I'm a little bit lost. And I'm not trying to be too woo-woo, but yeah, there's just lines of force that I can usually find. And here, I don't know what I'm looking at. One thing I do always know how to find, and it's hard to avoid in any corner of San Jose, you're never far from a dentist. We also have this very extensive sports plaza here with some sports fields. People playing basketball over there. I saw some other games. I thought I saw people playing actually American football. And it is kind of weird for me because this place, like I said, parts of this look pastoral and this field is really big. And then right across from here, we have the mall. Like I said, it's kind of hard for me to understand what I am looking at here. And just a couple blocks away, here we are on the main road, and you can see this feels a lot more crowded here. So yeah, for me, that's one of the main things I've noticed since I've been here, and I should probably stop stressing the point, but just there's this like kind of energetic discontinuity where you'll like go a couple blocks and you'll feel like you're in a totally different world. And that is what it is, I guess, and I've probably said enough about that. Hopefully I'll be able to go further pretty soon, but for now, brief introduction to Barrio Roosevelt.